Tuck season, y'all know what it is, man. Bread Tuck gang forever. I recently saw that Jemele Hill was suspended for 2 weeks from ESPN for tweets that she had about what your boy I was going to say Jimmy Johnson, Jerry Jones had to say, the owner of the Cowboys. After the Packers lost, the question was asked to Jerry Jones, how do they feel about the players kneeling in San Francisco or something about Pence leaving the game or leaving the game, the game that San Francisco against the Colts, man. And Pence left and make a big deal out of it or whatever. And Jerry Jones pretty much said that if the Cowboys, nobody from the Cowboys is going to kneel. If they do, they won't play the game. They'll be suspended. And you know what? Jerry Jones is an 80-year-old white man. You can't I'm not even mad. You can't expect him to know your struggle. And then again, he's a businessman, so he's protecting his brand and he's protecting his money. Because when they did that old bogus kneel that they did, like they kneeled for 3 seconds and stood for the anthem, which I thought was a total cop-out, he got some flack for that. But because he was trying to please both sides, which, he's a businessman. But anyway, and then he's an 80-year-old white man. So you can't expect, me as a black man, I don't expect him to, side with me like that. But anyway, Jemele Hill got on Twitter and she pretty much said, a lot of us are getting mad at the players. We're, all this, man, instead of getting mad at the players not kneeling, man, stop supporting the companies who sponsor the NFL. And that's how you do it. But ESPN went ahead and suspended her for 2 weeks because you have to remember last month she made some comments about Donald Trump, which I thought was true. She said that Donald Trump was a white supremacist. And this is how a lot of black people feel. And they tried to do something about her, but shout out to my boy Michael Smith. He was like, hey man, nah fam, this he stood for her. And I will say that show is the best show on ESPN. That's the only reason I don't look at First Take anymore. Around the Horn is cool when I'm home after work or, pardon the interruption. But I don't even look at ESPN like that unless I'm watching an actual football game or watching basketball or something, because their sports programming, I'm going to be honest with you, they're being killed by Fox Sports 1. Colin Cowherd isn't on ESPN anymore. Shannon Sharp is brilliant. And Skip is over there. I really don't see a need to watch ESPN unless I'm at home in time to watch Jemele Hill and Michael Smith. But she has been suspended for 2 weeks. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. ESPN, they probably have the same sponsors as the NFL. So when she said that, maybe she attacked her employer. But I'm going to be 100% honest with you, man. As black people, we just have to be prepared to do our own thing, man. Because when we have these opinions, people want to tell us not to have opinions. And we have to just take a stand and be like, nah, I speak when I want to. But I will say this, for somebody like Jemele Hill, I don't know her pockets like that. But I'm sure at ESPN, she's getting paid, millions of dollars, maybe $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million, $5 million a year. I think if she were to, and she's probably doing this, I'm just speaking from my perspective, but if she's putting her money away and investing the right way to where she could live forever, I think she could move on without ESPN and kind of build her own thing. I think Michael Smith could too. They're super dope. Now, maybe starting out, they wouldn't make the same money that they're making on ESPN, but I would love to see them do number one, these podcasts are killing it. And to be honest with you, that's how I'd rather take in my information through podcasts, because I can do that on the go as opposed to sitting home, having to sit on my couch in front of the TV, or even looking at it on the internet and having to keep my phone open. Now, I'm one of them cats who like to put my stuff in my pocket, have my headphones on, and go move. So I think she would, because I think ESPN is trying to get rid of her. That's what I'm thinking. They're prepared to get rid of her. But I think that she could do her own thing with a podcast, or her and Michael Smith could do their own thing with a podcast, and get, I think they'll get a bunch of listeners and then get endorsements from the people, the companies that make sense. Now, also, I would love to see them do something for Tidal. Black owned Jay-Z, and Jay-Z clearly feels the same way you do. I think that would be a great platform to house their gifts, man. I think that would be super dope. So I just want to tell black people, this started out with about Jemele Hill, but I just want to tell black people, stop being so offended because people of other cultures don't understand our fight, man. We just have to position ourselves to create for ourselves, because when you work for people who don't understand you, they will try to silence you, or they will silence you because they write your checks, man. So I just want to say shout out to Jemele Hill, shout out to Michael Smith. Man, shout out to just black people being great. And this ain't no hate thing, man. It's just, if you look at the writings on the wall, people want to tell black people, shut up and take it. And for those of us who are woke and strong, we're like, no. But anyway, that's another video for another time. But hey, man, black excellence. Shout out to Jemele Hill. Be prepared to do your own thing, boo. Y'all know what it is. Tuck season, H-Town all day.